Back onto the turf for the third. This is a Class 4, 1400 metres the trip here. Lucky Gold and Royal Pride are the class droppers. Royal Pride gets up from 1,000 to 1400 metres as well. Flying Sword won course and distance back in October. He's won twice over the 1400 metres here. Brilliant 8 up from the 1,000 to the 1400 on his second race course appearance. Finished last on debut. Work our way down through Unicorn Baby's a two-time course and distance winner. Bella Victory's finished towards the tail of the field in his 3 starts so far. Splendid Star, same applies to him. And Stunning Impact, he's first up since October. Paul O'Sullivan and Joe Moreira combined with him. Still a maiden after 18 starts though, Nick.
He certainly is. Pace looks good here though. Unicorn Baby and Colonel, 2 horses that like to press forward. Colonel from gate 6 certainly looks as if he's well placed to get that good run. Flying Sword can sit prominently as well. He's done that in his recent racing. He's drawn 10 though, but he's a 2-time course distance winner. Lucky Gold can probably sit a little bit closer this time, I fancy, now that he's down in grade. And those that will be chasing, Paul, the likes of Super Highway and Brilliant 8.
Yeah, and then back to Royal Pride, who is up in trip. King of the Court, Storm Worthy, he'll get back. And Polaris Winner didn't go too badly his last start. He did stumble there, but he'll go back as well.
All right, well, Royal Pride, so we can have a look at him in action last time out. This is the 1,000 metres, Paul, behind the flying season as well. So the step up on this evidence you'd think would suit. Yeah,
it should suit this horse. He's got a good draw, barrier number 5. 133 pounds, he does have to carry that. It's just a little query, but look, the way he raced here, he's just stepping straight up from the 1,000 to 1,400 metres, so we'll see how he gets on. Has had a couple of goes at it before and hasn't been placed, but he's going well at the moment.
He's tried as far as 2,200 metres as well, this horse, so they certainly have varied his distances. Whether or not they can't quite put their finger on what his ideal trip is, or if they're just trying to change things up with him, I don't know. But last time out was a good run. I think dropping down in grade is a big plus.
Okay, Swift Spirits. There's another horse that finished 4th last time, Nick. This was over the course and distance, so over the 1,400 metres.
Yeah, this wasn't a bad run from this fellow. He's not won in 16, mind you, and he's having his 4th start for Manfred Mann on Saturday. But it was only beaten 2 lengths. Look, it wasn't a bad run by any stretch of the imagination. I think without doing this race too much of a disservice, I don't think it's the strongest. So he probably does get his opportunity here, Paul.
Yeah, look, it wasn't a bad run from him. Again, still a maiden. That barrier 12 was just a little query I had with him.
All right, final horse to have a look at is Stunning Impact, who was supposed to have had a start in November, but he missed that. So we haven't seen him since October with a lameness issue, Paul.
Yeah, so he had that issue. But look, the trial was pretty good, I thought. He trialled nice enough. We know on his day he's a horse who has got a bit of ability. Hasn't quite got his nose in front. He's been unlucky on a few occasions, but hasn't got that win on the board yet. So, look, he's definitely, as Nick said, I don't think this is the strongest race, so he's going to get his opportunity.
Yeah, kept well and truly under wraps there in that trial, obviously not letting him go at all down the straight. But I did just think on the pick of his form he was interesting, and the injury that Andrew alludes to, a cannon bone injury. So, you know, hopefully he's over the worst of that for sure. And he's not a bad horse fresh as well. He has run the odd good race fresh.
Well, punters seem to think so as well, Paul, because he's our early favourite at this stage.
Yeah, it's a wide open race, this one. I think there's plenty of chances. I'm going to go for a horse called King of the Court. Now, he looked really good early in his career. He sort of lost his way a little bit, but his last couple of gallops I thought had been pretty good, and the last run wasn't too bad. He did come down the outside. So from barrier number 13, he'll get back. We'll give him a chance. Lucky Gold now. He did bring South Island form from New Zealand, which isn't the strongest. He started off in Class 3. I think he's in the right grade now here in Class 4. Stunning Impact we talked about. And Polaris Winners only had the 2 starts. I think he's an improving type as well. So 8, 1, 13 and 6.
Yeah, I'm going with the top weight here. I know, as Paul touched upon there, his form perhaps not the strongest both here and in New Zealand, but it probably doesn't need to be, I don't think. And I think he's been crying out for the drop in grade, and I'm happy to side with him here. Zach Purton riding for Francis Lloyd. They're looking for their 18th winner of the season from just over 40 times they've teamed up. So they've got a super strike rate together. Stunning Impact in for second for me. Slight air of caution because he has been off the track and has had an injury, but clearly well respected in a race like this. Polaris Winner, I was with him last time. He stumbled at an early stage. Hopefully he can sort of regain sort of that impetus going forward, because I think he's a horse that will win his races in time. And Flying Sword makes it in for 4th for me. Horse number 4 who has got conditions to suit. 1, 13, 6 and 4.
I go with Stunning Impact off that trial, liked that, so I think he's a big player. And Royal Pride, he's my Quinella horse, dropping in class, going up in trip as well. So 13 and 2. My top 2 in the third, which is a Class 4 over the 1,400.